Welcome to Denrev Autos. Today we discuss about 10 best used cars for less than 6,000 USD. So let's get started without time wasting. Fiat 500. There are gazillions of Fiat 500s knocking about, mainly because Fiat masterfully pulled off that thing of making every single one of them feel unique to their owner. You didn't add options to your Fiat 500, you personalized it. The 500 isn't actually a great car, it's cramped and unsuitable for anyone over 5'10", but it is fun to drive, cheap to run, there's a plentiful part supply, and it's kind of classless in the same way that Aldi is these days. Dacia Sandero, for 6,000 US dollars, you're surprisingly close to the price of a new one, the Sandero being officially the UK's cheapest new car unless you include the Citroën Ami. But that's not really a car, so you shouldn't. A few grand will get you a good low-mileage Sandero. It's a bit rough and ready, but it's spacious, well-built, and judging by the volume of high-mileage examples available, very reliable. Toyota Aygo/Peugeot 108. At some point around the start of the 2010s, Toyota and Peugeot Citroën decided to combine their powers for the greater good. Like when Marvel and DC got together, except instead of saving the universe, they saved cost-conscious drivers in the European mainland. With 3 variations of a well-pressed runabout, nice, small, cheap, and reliable, any one of them is worth a look if cost is your main concern. Honda Jazz. A few years back, the go-to opening for any Honda Jazz review was to declare its status as the new car with the oldest average buyer age. Late 60s, we seem to recall. There are 2 ways of looking at that. Boring, or the voices of experience know a good thing when they see one, I should listen. The latter is the right way. The Jazz is small outside but near miraculously large and flexible inside, and it's extremely reliable, a great PS5K car. Nissan Leaf. A used first-generation Nissan Leaf is one of the cheapest ways of buying and running a car, because you can pick up a 2015 model with less than 80,000 miles for less than $2,500 US. Reliable 5-seat family hatchbacks don't get much cheaper. And if you're charging it at home, every mile will cost pennies. Granted, you'll be lucky to get 80 miles from the battery in the winter, but in reality, that's more than enough for most as a day-to-day runabout. BMW 1 Series, used BMW 1 Series world, is a vast empire with literally thousands of cars in it, ranging from 2-decade-old massive mileage first-gen cars for a few hundred quid, that you should probably avoid, to 60k 135s with delivery mileage. So be picky. And for a few grand you could own a prestige hatchback that looks and feels 4 times the price you paid. Mazda MX-5. I'll be honest, I think the Mazda MX-5 is overrated, underpowered, nothing to look at, super cramped for any adult of above average size. But they are a proper driving experience at the core. Rear-wheel drive, lovely steering feel, nice manual gearbox, top-down summer day wind in hair lulls, classic stuff. In my opinion, you'd be a fool to pay 30-odd grand for a new one when you can get basically the same experience with a mid-mileage, late 2000s car for 3,000 US dollars. Do that. Nissan Figaro. I had one of these. I bought it for 6,000 US dollars after the previous owner had parked outside my office and left it for so long that the interior had developed its own ecosystem. It stank. But after a valet and some minor remedial work, it passed its MOT. Not recommended as a daily or long-distance car, it doesn't have airbags, is less practical than a BMX, and it's slower than the average tipping point contestant. But if you want something different that probably won't lose money when you sell, and you like attention, this is the car for you. Audi TT. History will show the Audi TT as one of the most iconic and successful car designs ever. There's been 3 of them since 1998. But they're all instantly recognizable, and all do basically the same thing: comfort, quality, and style. But also, surprisingly practical. You're probably best avoiding the first-gen model 199820006. It's hard to find a good one, and it feels old to drive now. But 4,000 to 5,000 US dollars will get you a good second-gen car with a full service history and plenty of miles left. On a Citigo. No longer in production, but probably still the best city car ever made. Pick whichever one you think has the nicest looking lights, because they're all otherwise identical. What's so great about the Up is its obvious focus on function over form. It's spacious, has a driving position better than you'll find in some much bigger cars, and, for a runabout, is really refined. The 3-cylinder petrol engine sounds great, giving it a hint of much-needed character. Plus, it's safe, 5-star rated by Euro NCAP at launch, and cheaper to run than the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience. Renault Grand Scenic, here is your bonus car. With this, you'll get 7 seats, lots of space, reasonable running costs, and plenty of equipment, all for less than $6,000. If you have a big family or just need a car with a massive boot that isn't an SUV, here you go. Thanks for watching Denrev Autos. Hit the like button and comment down your thoughts. Don't forget to stay tuned by subscribing to Denrev Autos for more exciting car reviews. See you next time.